Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you an introduction to the secret Jenafur battle pet. If you watch my channel at all, you might have heard me mention that I've been spending a lot of time on this. I have scaled that back because just at an impasse really. But this is kind of an introduction if you'd like to get started into it. That way if I do mention it, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? This is all you have to do. And to get started, it's actually really easy. It's just 2 quick steps. We're going to go Ashenvale to Elwynn Forest, and then to Kara, and I'll show you where we're stuck at in Karazhan. Return to Karazhan, the Legion version. So if you go to your Battle Pet Journal, you can type in Jenafur, Jenafur, and see the pet. It's just a cat. It's just a regular old cat. Nothing super special about it in-game. It does have a backstory, but I won't get into that. It's locked behind a puzzle, basically. So if you start in Ashenvale, you can go to 1749, or that is on the map if you're like near Lake Falathim on the left side. It's southwest of that, right at the house that's marked on the map, southwest of Lake Falathim. So you'll see an NPC named Amara Lunister, and she says her cat's missing, and you'll tell her that you will keep an eye out for it. So once you talk to her, you can do step 2. Step 2 is technically skippable to get to the Karazhan part, but I don't suggest doing that just in case you do need to do step 2 to actually solve and obtain it if you are interested in doing so. So as an alliance, I'm just going to go to Stormwind, to Elwynn. As a horde, you just need to get to Elwynn as fast as you can. So you might be wondering, how does this even get found out? So when 8.2.5 came out, an NPC named Amara Lunister was added. When NPCs are added in random places like Ashenvale, in a patch that involves Ashenvale not at all, people in the secret finding community get a little bit suspicious and they go check it out, basically. So that's just in the, in the decrypted patch notes, whatever. Amara Lunister added Ashenvale, and people go check it out, and then they see that there's a dialogue thing, and then they are like, okay, and then they start searching for this secret, basically. You can also tell that there is a quest flag, is the way the term that's used, and that was triggered by talking to her as well, which lets you know that it's not just nothing, that it is actually something. So to get to the second step, which is the crazy cat lady's house, that was simply just, okay, we're looking for a cat, let's go to all the places that have cats, and this is one of the places that have cats, and then it had a clickable thing in it as well. So if you want the coordinates here, if you're Alliance, you might know this place by heart, but it's 4453 in Elwynn Forest. So when they came to the cat lady's house, they noticed that there's a pet dish over here to the right that is clickable. So you can click on this if you've talked to Amara, and it says there's strange gashes in it. It's normal, but it has strange gashes in it. Now the next part's a little bit tricky. I'll try to zoom in here for you. So you can see these kibbles. There's one right next to the bowl there, and then there's another one somewhere along this general line. I don't know, I'm having trouble. Ah, there it is. So there's 2 kibbles there. So if you plot that line out, it's going to actually point to Karazhan. Some people said that it's actually, you have to plot one as it's Stormwind, and one is the crazy cat lady's house, and then that line will take you to Stormwind. However the case is, or take you to Karazhan. However the case is, they got to Karazhan via doing that method. So it worked for them apparently. So these kibbles. This is about as good a view of the kibbles I'm going to get, I guess. These are an integral part of this secret here, and the biggest thing that we're going to be working with once we get inside Kara. So I will show you a little bit of Kara and how we're stuck on that and everything like that. And I'm actually going to hop on to my main character for that because it's just a little bit easier I already have it cleared, basically, and I don't feel like clearing it on another character. Alright, so now we are in Return to Karazhan. Important to point out that this is the dungeon added in Legion and not the 10-man in BC. So this is the upper entrance from the side, the Legion dungeon. As of now, we believe you can do this on Heroic or Mythic. A lot of us do it on Mythic because that clears the lockout for the whole week and not just one day. But it can be done on Heroic as far as we know because the kibbles are there. So you have to do the opera first. That's the first boss when you do this. You will see foods on the ground on your way there. I'll explain what the foods are, and you might think that's fishy. some of them literally are fish. So this is the Opera Hall. If you take the first stair down once you get in here, and you look at the floor, you'll find 4 kibbles in a little bit of a weird pattern here. We've analyzed these patterns quite a bit. We do not have anything set in stone on what they mean. Now, if you go over to the second stair, you're going to find another little pattern of 4 kibbles. So this is what we're working with here. These are kibbles. They have no context whatsoever. However, there is one more clue here besides food on the floor, and that is if you come into Karazhan, return to Karazhan, and talk to this guy, Sebastian, playing the organ, he's going to have a different line. Right now, he says, music is truly the key to happiness. That is not his normal line, so his line changed with this secret. So he references music, so we know something about music. However, we don't know whether he was telling us to look in the opera hall, music is the key to happiness, and find the kibble, or if he's telling us how to interpret the kibble in a musical way. Which basically, as of right now, we think maybe putting on a musical staff, using the kibble as notes. We notice they're on the same tile. There's only a few different types of tiles in here, and they're on the same tile. So this would be on the left side of the tile. You see this box in the middle of the screen there. And if you come over to these kibbles, they'll be on the right side of the tile. And you can kind of put them on a musical staff, so we're working with that. Let me show you the foods really quick as well. So this is a dusty bun. You can click on it. It'll have a 5-minute timer in your bag. Over here, there's a Karawazine. It's a ale. And these just go in your bags, and you can set them down. So we think that there's something to do with that. If you set them too close to each other like I just did, it despawns the previous thing. So we do know that there's some spacing things involved. And there are 79 foods in Kara. So there's a lost watermelon on the left. There's an orange as you walk out of here. There's all kinds of meats in the next room. There's a bag. I pretty much know where all the foods are by heart at this time, all 79 of them. They were only in the front half of the dungeon, so if you played in Legion, there was Upper Kara and Lower Kara. I believe this would be called Lower Kara. This is the first half of the dungeon. All the foods are in the first half. Why 79? That's a weird prime number. Why 79 foods? Well, there should be 80, and that is potentially our only other clue. So our clues are food exists that shouldn't be there. It's not there if you didn't do the secret. Food exists, Sebastian's line change, and kibbles on the floor. That's our clues, but there is one potential other clue, and that is there are 5 of each food group. So there's meats, ales, fruits, and breads. And there's 5 of each of those. And then each of those has 4 copies. So 4 dusty buns, 4 Karawazines, the ones that I just picked up. 4 of each of those. Except for one of the meats called a meaty morsel. Those are only 3 of those. So there's 1 missing, and that would be the 79 to 80. And that's the only clue we have as far as the food goes, is that there's 1 missing meaty morsel. So this has been going on for 8 months. Obviously, people have tried about everything possible with the meaty morsels because they are a little bit different. People have tried about everything anyway. After we've gone to the lengths of, since we've tried everything, we then try everything and then talking to Sebastian. We try everything and then clapping, because Sebastian claps when he talks to you, as you can see right here. And we've tried just about everything and cannot quite figure it out yet. I have my own theory that I'm pretty confident in right now. I won't share that yet because it could be wrong, obviously. But I don't. In my theory, I have no idea where to place the food. I think I might know the food, but again, it's just a guess. I have shared it with people, but again, it's just a complete guess, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just hasn't been disproven yet, because we don't know where to place the food. We don't even know if we need to place the food or if it just needs to be in our bags, and we just go to a certain spot and the cat comes out. 8 months people have been working on it though, so feel free to join the WoW Secret Finding Discord. It's anybody can join. You can just look it up. The way I found it was I just looked up WoW Secret Finding on Twitter and clicked on the link there. But yeah, feel free to join that. If you're, as long as you're gonna be chill, it's kind of a chill environment. It can get non-chill, but that's not the goal there. So please subscribe to the channel because that helps me out a lot. Hopefully we can get this figured out, and everybody have a good one.